I'm speaking to you from a boat on the Allegheny River between locks 2 and 3, and we want you to meet Frank Simon, who is commander of the Pittsburgh Power Squadron. And first, Frank, would you tell us a little bit about the controls you have here on your boat?
Yes, Ray. We'll start here. This is the shift that throws it into forward and reverse neutral. This is our throttle. Advancing the throttle increases our speed. This is the ship's compass. Coming across our instrument board, we have a water temperature gauge, which is very important because of the use of the river water to cool our engine. We have an oil temperature gauge. We have a tachometer, which is different from your automobile in that we don't indicate the actual ground speed, we indicate the engine speed. Here we have the ammeter, which tells the condition of your charging and discharging generator. Here we have a safety device. It's called a bilge sniffer. If there are any gasoline fumes in the bilge, this needle will rise, warning you that you have a dangerous condition in the bilge. This is our fuel indicator, telling how much fuel we have remaining in our tank. Moving up here, we have the radio, and of course, the safety device that every boater carries, a knife. Should he get fouled lines or any other emergency, he must have a knife. Here we have a sonar depth indicator.
That keeps you out of shallow water.
That's right. Very important in storms and in rough water. Here we have a deck hailer. It's nothing more than a power megaphone for hailing shore and docks. Here we have a radio direction finder. This instrument will give you a line on any radio station, any marine beacon, to give you a fix. So
what's the difference between this and your compass? What's the advantage of this?
The compass will always indicate the heading of the boat only. It cannot determine position.
Oh, I see.
It's used as a guidance instrument, whereas this instrument is used in navigation to plot a definite position.
When would you use this navigation aid?
Well, you would hardly use it on the river, Ray. That would only be used on the lakes and on
out where you get away and you don't want to know where you are.
Yeah, it's carried here on the river merely as a transistor radio for broadcast music.
Oh, I see. Well, now, there are a lot of boats on the Allegheny River, aren't there, Frank?
There certainly are, Ray. Boating has gotten to be quite a thing these days. More and more people are participating in the sport. By the way, Ray, I'd like to read you some figures.
All right.
Figures published by the Power Squadron very recently. This will amaze you. There are 800,000 inboard pleasure boats in the United States today. There are 3,900,000 outboard boats, runabouts. There are 500 boats in sail, and there are over 2 million boats, such as canoes, prams, dinghies, and so forth, making an impressive total of 7,200,000 boats in the United States, pleasure boats.
And that's increasing every year, too, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's growing every year. It's amazing.
Now, we're going down by a marina here. What size boats are we looking at generally?
We're looking at boats on this end ranging from 22 feet to 34, 35 feet. The larger boats are these that we're passing now.
What is the size boat we're riding on now?
We're riding a 26-foot Richardson cruiser.
Just as a matter of information, how fast are we going down the river?
Well, right now, as a safety precaution, passing the docks, we are not permitted to go very fast. We're not moving much over 5 miles an hour.
And what is your top speed in this?
My top speed is about 22 knots.
Well, now, is there any precaution that you have to follow in riding a big boat as compared to small boats?
Yes, of course, your larger boat, you must have more water under you. And on your larger boats, you throw a larger weight. And passing an installation such as this, you could do quite a lot of damage by
throwing them over.
High weight.
And I understand you're responsible legally for any damage that your weight causes,
definitely are, yes, sir. You're responsible for all damage created by your weight.
Well, what is the Power Squadron's role in this boating?
Ray, the Power Squadron is a organization, national organization, members all over the United States, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico. And their sole purpose in life is to educate voters. It's entirely volunteer help, and we'll educate any voter at absolutely no expense.
And you inspect boats too, don't you?
That is done by the Coast Guard.
The Coast Guard Auxiliary does that.
We teach them when the Coast Guard Auxiliary checks the boat.
How long a course can you take in the Power Squadron?
The Power Squadron elementary course, the first free course to the public, is about 10 weeks. But there are other advanced grades on up to celestial navigation that are giving, if you were to take all of the subjects offered by the Power Squadron, you would be in school approximately 5 years.
So in small boat or big boat, it's a good idea to know what you're doing before you fire it up, isn't it?
It is. It's a very, very intelligent thing to do. You can't, you wouldn't think of going out in your car and driving without any prior instruction, and you certainly shouldn't attempt to run a boat.
Thank you very much, Frank Simon. That is our cruise on the river today. Let's see now where the magic carpet will take us next.